Story out today in The Guardian, which shows how the UK is basically copying America's spying program, or maybe it's the other way around. I can't say for sure. They report, quote, GCHQ's bulk surveillance of electronic communications has scooped up emails to and from journalists working for some of the US and UK's largest media organizations. Emails from the BBC, Reuters, The Guardian, The New York Times, Le Monde, The Sun, NBC, and The Washington Post were saved by GCHQ and shared on the agency's intranet. They say new evidence from other UK intelligence documents revealed by Snowden also shows that a GCHQ information security assessment listed investigative journalists as a threat in a hierarchy alongside terrorists or hackers. Now that's really important, and that's really scary, and that's really wrong. They're saying that investigative journalists pose a threat to democracy and to these governments, which is about the same as the threat posed by terrorists or hackers. I don't know. Nobody can defend that logically, but it's obvious why they're putting investigative journalists in a similar group as terrorists, because all they care about is their own power. All the governments care about is keeping order and making sure everybody's passive and obedient. And if you're an investigative journalist, of course, your job is to uncover facts. And sometimes the facts in question may undermine the total and absolute power and control of said governments. They say neither the police nor the security services need to seek the permission of a judge to investigate any UK national's phone records. Instead, they must obtain permission from an appointed staff member from the same organization. So isn't that convenient? Their system of oversight is they're all basically sitting there and it's like, hey, Jerry, do I have your permission to look at this random person's information, private information? I do? Well, thank you very much. And then they can go right ahead and do it. I mean, obviously, that's a slight comedic exaggeration, but you get the point. I mean, I just laid it out for you right here. Self-appointed staff member from the same organization gives you approval. It's like me asking Lilith, who does all, the Facebook page and does the social media for Secular Talk, hey, Lilith, do I have your permission to do X? Well, we work together. I mean, if there was ever a conflict of interest, there's a conflict of interest right there. Why would it be any different for GCHQ or for the NSA? Oh, man, we've moved into an era where not only is our privacy under assault, our privacy is gone. And not only is it gone, they rub in the fact that our privacy is gone, and they act like, well, what are you going to do? We're the government. We have the power. And plus, we know what kind of porn searches you're doing. We know what creepy stuff you're into. So go ahead. If you want to come after us, we'll just leak this information, and there goes your career. So we have a system that is blatantly and overtly violating our right to privacy, not just in the US, but also apparently in the UK, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's in every single modern industrial nation that has the ability to track all these internet communications and other forms of communication like cell phone and you name it. Perhaps the most stunning part about all this is the polls vary, right? So depending who you ask, some people say, yeah, it's fine to protect us from terrorism. Other people say, no, this is a violation. But either way, there's no real popular uprising where one of the things we march in the street over is the fact that, the government can basically read every single thing that we do. In fact, oftentimes in the U.S., let's face it, people are voluntarily putting their shit up. Like, hey, here's a picture of me on the toilet. I just posted it on Facebook. It got 23 likes. So privacy is gone, and it's not gone with, the outrage of the American people peaking. It's gone, and everybody's just like,